Guys, what's up? So if you've been watching any of my previous videos, that you know my 20-year-old skill saw finally died on me. Well, it didn't totally die on me, but the brushes went out, and I think the bearings were going out, the brass bearings or bushings. And so I was actually looking for a saw that was made in America. I wanted to see if I could find a saw that was made in America. So went over to Home Depot. I also went over to Lowe's too, but I went to Home Depot and I took some pictures, and I was just trying to figure out if I could. They actually still made a circular saw in the United States, like made in the USA. And but to my surprise, everything was made in China. And actually, well, I wasn't really surprised, but after doing all my research, it's just crazy that they're just not making stuff here anymore. So a couple of the things I wanted, I wanted a corded saw. So I wanted, I wanted this thing to be corded because my other saw lasted 20 years, and cordless technology changes pretty rapidly. So I didn't want a saw that I don't use a saw enough to. I mean, I could have bought like a Makita saw and use the batteries with that, but the problem is the cordless technology changes too quickly, and I wanted to keep my saw for a long time. So what I was also hoping to get was a worm drive too. Let's see if I can find one here, like worm drive. So take a look at that. These are actually a lot more powerful and they have more torque. So like when I was a kid, when I bought my first saw, I couldn't afford to buy one of these more expensive saws. I think I paid like $40 for it, and it was made in the USA. So, but that was over 20 years ago when I was a teenager. So yeah, I actually looked at all these different saws, and I took pictures of where they were made, and I'll show you that each individual. So, I did take a picture of Makita, but that's not really, I mean, that's supposed to be a Japanese company. That's actually made in China. But I'll bring up a picture right now so you can see. But I'll come back to that one later. And all right, so let's go. I also checked out Milwaukee, and I looked at this Milwaukee saw. Actually, not a cordless one. It was a corded one, wherever it is. But yeah, the same thing. I'll bring it up right now, and you'll see where it's made in China. And but yeah, I was sort of annoyed. I couldn't believe it. It's just I grew up in the '80s, man, where it was back in the '80s when like Reagan was a president. I mean, it was people took pride in Made in America. I mean, then you put stickers on things. Made in America. Then when Clinton got elected, then it kind of went all downhill, and and then and it came back in the late '90s. Started Made in America kind of stuff again, but yeah, it just kind of sucks. That just nothing's made in America anymore. So, like, I guess my issue with that is that they're still charging the same prices, like premium prices, for a product that costs 75% less to make. So it's really just they're screwing you over. I mean, it's like they should be charging half the price. If the production went down that much money, they should be only charging half the price. So it like I said, it's just purely a greed move. And it really is like what Trump says. I mean, it's currency manipulation because, I mean, we think that they're hardly making any money. I mean, to us, they're not making any money, but over there, a loaf of bread costs 50 cents. So their cost of living is way down, like way lower than ours. So they're still getting paid about the same amount of money, when it comes to cost of living. So, but because of the currency manipulation, they're able to keep labor super, way down. Plus, they don't have the EPA and labor unions over there. So, that's how they're able to keep costs down, and that's why everybody's moving over there. But, I think we should start, I mean, like I said, Trump put tariffs on it, man, get everything made back here again. So, all right. So I went back and I also looked at DeWalt and Ryobi. I also looked at, I'll bring them up, Rigid. I also looked at Rigid. I mean, I figured Rigid is a Home Depot brand, I think. I figured they'd be made in China. Rigid was made in China. But I'll bring them all up, the pictures I took here. But Rigid, Ryobi is made in China. I mean, I figured Ryobi would be made in China. It's just like a cheapo. So anyways, but all right, so so I did actually bring the saw that I actually brought home was the Makita. I brought this saw home right here, and I'll show you this. I actually bought this saw because I figured, man, if they're all made in China, then I might as well get the Makita. So I've actually used a lot of Makitas in the past. It just You know, I mean, DeWalt's not made in America anymore. But actually, DeWalt is sort of kind of made in America. It's kind of weird. I'll show you that right now. So I'm kind of rambling everywhere, but yeah, I don't script these videos. So, so look at this. Look at I'm bringing this up right now. Look at this. This is crazy. So, made in America with international parts. So let's take a look at this logo. And I don't know if I should be happy about this or pissed off about this because this reminds me. I knew a guy that actually owned a sunglasses company. You know, back in the 90s, and I kind of know another guy too who owns a sunglasses, or he owns actually a partial like sunglasses company. And so what they do is all the parts will be made in China, but then they'll ship the lenses and the frames to Italy, and the Italians will pop in the lenses and screw the frames together. You know, 2 screws, and now it's made in Italy, and they charge $275 for that pair of glasses. So the glasses probably cost $15 to $20 in materials to make, if even that. They ship it over to Italy, pop it together, and now it's worth $275 because it says made in Italy. You know, all I did was screw 2 screws and pop some lenses in. So crazy. And that's actually how I feel about when I saw that DeWalt sticker. You know, I feel like everything's made in China, and they're just shipping this stuff over to the U.S. and a couple people are screwing things together. Maybe I don't know what needs to be, you know, how much needs to be assembled to be called made in America. All right, so I got so frustrated. I bought this Makita drill here, and I'm sitting there looking at it. It's been on. I haven't even opened it up yet, and I'll show it to you in a couple minutes here. But I got so frustrated that I'm thinking, dude, I paid $160 for a saw that's made in China. So I went on Craigslist and I tried to find a Skil saw that was made in America, and I did find one. It was over in Westminster, and I drove over and grabbed it. It's only $50, but it was an older Model 77 Skil saw, and it was made in America. So cost was not even an issue. I could have that saw, but like I said, made in China. And I wanted something to last. You know, my other one lasted 20 years. So, and I saw a lot with that thing. You know, when I was younger. You know, but now I don't use it very much. I mean, I use their saws, but still, like when you need a corded Skil saw, man, you need a corded Skil saw because I don't like the cordless stuff, man. I can't stand the batteries. Drills are fine, you know. I mean, I have a sawzall, but not really, you know. I don't want that for like a circular saw, you know. I mean, I don't want to stop halfway through to charge the batteries. So, all right, I'm kind of going on a rant here, but let me go out and I'll show you the Skil saw and I'll show you the Makita saw that I got. So, all right, guys. All right, guys, here it is. That's the new Craigslist saw right there, and that is the Makita one I bought. And I immediately, I mean, dude, it's an awesome looking saw. I'm sure it's way better than this one, but it's gonna last. I don't know, but it's, you know, it was made in China. Like I said, even the Japanese now are pulling that game, the China game. So let me show you what I was specifically looking for, an older Model 77, and that's what I wanted right there. Made in USA. I'm guessing this has to at least be over. If it's made in the USA, it's probably over 10 years old. So I don't know specifically when they moved over, but yeah. So I don't. Like I said, I don't even know if this thing works. I'm gonna do another video on me refurbing this thing, but I'm gonna check, make sure the brushes are okay. Do an oil change, make sure the thing works. Get a new blade. Probably get like a DeWalt blade, and I actually have a bunch of wood I got to cut up at the cabin, so that old plywood I tore out of the ceiling of the upstairs remodel. So I got a big, huge pile of plywood I have to cut up. So, you know, I cut it into firewood-sized pieces. But, I mean, it's too crazy to do on my table saw, and it's just, you kind of need a circular saw. So, but my other one died halfway through cutting it, so. Alright, that's the end of this video. Wish these things were made in America still. You know, if you want made in America, you got to buy an older used saw. And that's kind of what I did, so. Alright, hopefully the tool manufacturers are watching this. Because they got to move this shit back to USA. Alright.